Hey everyone, we're starting a new series called One Step that has the potential to change the way we see ourselves, others, and the role we play in the world. People who run marathons have to train, stay strong, and be brave enough to keep going. Like marathon runners, working to see justice in the world takes a lot of strength, endurance, and courage. This requires us to take one step at a time to move toward a better tomorrow. Justice means something is right, fair, or equal. And injustice means something is unfair, unequal, or not right. For some of us, the conversation about justice isn't new because we've experienced it, and it's deeply embedded in the world around us. For others, we may recognize things in the world that are unjust, but we may need to look at them in a different way. For example, in 2017, the Houston Astros won the World Series. Well, a few years later, that excitement died down. That's when the league figured out the team had been cheating the entire season, leading up to their win. With cameras set up in the center field, the team would watch what signal the opposing team catcher sent to the pitcher. They were watching to figure out what pitchers were about to be thrown. When they saw the signs, the players in the dugout would bang in the code. On a trash can, they would tell their player at bat what was coming his way. A fastball, 1 hit. Trash can once. A changeup, 2 hits, the trash can twice. A curveball, 3 hits, the trash can 3 times. I don't know about you, but if I was the other player on either other team in the league that year watching the Astros win the World Series by cheating, I would feel like that was a pretty big injustice. I believe you, as a middle schooler, have the potential to do something about the hurts, wrongs, and unfair things in the world. Much of Jesus' ministry was about helping people see the world through his eyes and notice things that hadn't been noticed before. Jesus talked about his listeners, about seeing and caring about the injustices in the world. He said, "Then the kings will say to those on the right, 'Come, you are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me.' Then the righteous will answer him, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison, or go visit you?'" Matthew 25:34-39. Since the wrongs Jesus talked about didn't happen directly to him, his followers didn't understand that responding to those wrongs wasn't important. A way of showing their love for Jesus explained, "The king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for the one of least my brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.'" Matthew 25:40. Righteous people seek, care about, and fight for the least of these, those who need the most help, feel most pain, and get worse treatment. We want things to be fair, good, and equal, and so does God. Working towards justice starts with one question: where can you move toward justice? The answer will be different for each of us, and that's okay. To start, I want to give you a few steps you can take to move forward. Maybe today you need to start by taking one small step, in the direction of justice. That might mean opening your eyes to see the injustices around you for the first time or in a new way. Be curious to learn about other people's experiences. Pay attention to the way you feel when you see or experience things that are unfair or wrong. Ask God to give you eyes to see and hearts to face the reality that there may be more injustice happening in your world than you even realized. You may be ready to take your next step toward justice by speaking up or stepping in. If you're seeing injustice, it might be time to lean into Jesus, call to his followers, and speak up or step in to help. If you're experiencing injustice, maybe the next step is to tell somebody, ask for help. If you can, put a voice to what you're experiencing so that it can potentially be stopped. Know that I'm not asking you to come up with a solution that will end things like poverty, racism, or war forever, but I do believe that you, this incredibly community of middle schoolers, could take enough steps together and move toward justice. So I'm encouraging us all to consider one step this week by asking this question: where can you move toward justice?